Oh, real bad. Whenever I was I don't even have
You did not get any electricity. I was also thinking, like, is there a way you could help others to get electricity? Yes, but yours.
Why would you write this story if you have a different opinion?
Do you think it's, could you have a different opinion? Do you think some people might? How does this author feel? How does he feel, or he or she feel about power for all? Is it important or not important? So if you were going to have the opposite point of view,
You wouldn't really want to write this story if you didn't like it.
because you might be like, who cares about everybody else? I have electricity, that's all that matters.
I couldn't write it, I was.
I got to visit a little bit with this side of the room. They are really thinking of some good, thick questions. Let's hear some of them. I'm going to write them up here, and you're going to be, in a moment, before we break for small groups, you're going to respond to a thick question on the next page in your journal. Will, what's your question?
No, it's just that I have no more space for my noses and eyeliders.
Use the next page if you need to. That's why sometimes we're not all on the same page. Ariana?
How would you feel if you did homework in the dark?
How would you feel if you had to do your homework in the dark?
Yeah.
Had to do your homework in the dark. Isaac, what have you got?
If I wonder if I was in Namibia, Africa, which one would I use? Fossil fuels or renewable resources?
If I were in Namibia, would I depend on fossil fuels?
Or renewable resources?
Which would I prefer? There's probably,
Renewable
did I spell that right? Namibia.
I think so.
Would,
It's between the
all right, I got it. Namibia. If I were in Namibia, would I'm going to just shorten it for myself. What kind of fuels would I use? Or what kind of energy source would I use? What kind of energy source would I use? Okay. Addie.
If you were a person in Africa, would you use solar panels or windmills to get electricity and water?
Solar panels or windmills? Why? Solar panels or windmills? Why? That's a good question though, because I'd have to consider my weather. Interesting. Okay, good, thick question, Vidansh.
What happened if you did not get any electricity?
What would you do differently? What would be different without electricity? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What would be different without electricity? I'm running out of room here to write these good, thick questions. Let me hear a couple more, and then I'm going to ask you to pick one. It can be one from the board, or it can be one you wrote yourself to respond to on the next page. Jackson. Jackson was asking if your opinion were different.
Which you
Then-
still write the story?
Would you still write the story? We decided, you and I were talking, that the author thinks power for everyone is
Good.
good, important. What if your opinion was different?
Would you write the story? I probably would keep my thoughts to myself.
You keep your thoughts to yourself?
Yeah, probably. Next big question.
That is a good big question. Felicity?
Which energy source would you choose and why?
Energy source would you choose and why? 2 more. Miguel?
I wonder why the facts are important.
I wonder why the
Facts are important.
facts are important in an expository text. Good.
Like maybe in a fake story, but it's actually
Would are facts important in a fake story?
they could be. They could.
Makes me think of Lulu when the author will say things like, I know this couldn't really happen in real life, but I'm going to do it anyway. Shell, last one.
I want to see who the author is. Oh, because if you were the Germany and you were make sure you give Africa a power source, would you either give them the power source or would you use it for yourself?
Shell asked a really good question. I want you to hear it. Make sure you hear her. Say it one more time.
If you were the Germany, would you rather give Africa the power source or would you keep it for yourself? Ooh, that's a hard one. I would give it and keep it for myself. I would make
Shell
one.
said if you were Germany,
Because you know how they already made it, so I would give it to Africa and then make my own. That's a hard question. I would give it to Africa and then make my own. Yeah, maybe.
ladies and gentlemen,
Because you know how to build it. Because might give them the
One.
same test.
2. You're going to choose a thick question. It can be one that we've written. It can be one in your journal. It can be one you've heard. At the top of the next page, write that thick question and write your answer. Any questions about what I'm asking you to do?
No.
Okay. Turn and tell your neighbor what your thick question is.
What
What are you going to write on? You're going to write one on the next page. Because that's what your answers do now. What thick question do you want to answer?